Good morning, students. Welcome back to our first lesson of this third term of 2022. Today we are going to talk about geometrical construction, and for that we are going to learn how to use properly drawing tools. So the geometrical construction, the equipment used in this unit. So throughout this unit you are going to use different equipment. It is crucial for you to master all of them in order to produce accurate pieces of work. Okay, if you don't master your drawing instrument, so you won't have a proper work after that. So the first instrument we're going to look over is the ruler. Okay, since the primary school have been using rulers, but in design and technology, we are going to use properly the ruler to draw accurately lines of specific lengths. Okay, so in design and technology, all dimensions are given in millimeters. However, some rulers may have their scale in centimeters. Okay, therefore you should be able to convert centimeters into millimeters when so required. Sometimes some rulers also measure in inches, so we won't be using inches because it's an old type of reading. So here is an example of a classic ruler, a plastic ruler. On one side it measures in centimeters, on the other side in inch. Okay, so this is an enlargement of the ruler. So as you can see here, you have a readings in centimeters. Okay, so it also between 0 here and 1 here you have 1 centimeter, but you have also 10 millimeters. You have small divisions here which represent each division represents 1 millimeter. So from 0 to 1 you have 10 division, which makes 10 millimeters. Okay, if I ask you to measure 20 millimeters, so you have to count from 0 to 2, it makes 20 millimeters. On the other side of the ruler you have from 0 here, and a larger scale 1, it is 1 inch. So this we won't be using now because it's an old type of reading, as I said. So here is a demonstration of how to properly use a ruler to draw specific lengths of line.
So, how to properly use a ruler to measure and draw lines accurately. So, for example, I have here a ruler, a classic ruler, a plastic ruler, with readings on both sides. As you can see here, on this side, it measures in centimeters. Okay, and on the other side, if I turn the ruler, on the other side it measures in millimeters, so 10 millimeters, 20 millimeters, 30 millimeters. Okay, some rulers you will see have other types of readings. For example, here I have a different type of reading. It is a larger reading. This is inch. We won't be using inches to measure. Okay, we'll be using metric. That is millimeters or centimeters. So how to draw lines accurately? So for example, if I start from here, for example, some rulers only have centimeters as readings. It doesn't matter. Make sure that, as you have seen previously, the end reading, the zero start here, not from the edge here. You start here. Now make sure that you start from the 0 line. Okay, so from 0 here to 1, there is 1 centimeter. So between 0 and 1 you have small straws, small divisions, which are millimeters. So from here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions. That makes 5 millimeters, and other 5 millimeters here, which makes 10 millimeters. So in 1 centimeter in 1 centimeter, you have 10 millimeters. Okay, so if I ask you to draw a line of, let's say, 30 millimeters, okay, all you have to do is to start from, for example, draw a line of 30 millimeters. I start from 0 here, okay, and up to 3 here. It makes 30 millimeters. I will draw a line of 30 millimeters. If I ask you to draw a line of 45 millimeters, so you start from 0, sorry, donc 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 here. This made 45 millimeters. Okay? So you can draw lines of any dimension you want, but make sure you start from 0, and then you can count up to the required dimension. Okay, so as I said previously, avoid parallax error. If you are looking from another side, you can miss your reading.
So another tool you're going to use is the protractor. So the protractor is commonly used to read, to measure, and to draw angles in a range of 0 to 180 degrees, because the unit of measure of angles is the degrees. In order to use the protractor properly, you should know you should know that its different parts. Okay, so this is a classic protractor. Okay, so a protractor you can measure from both sides. Okay, for example, you have readings all around the circumference, and you can measure starting from the left here. The 0 is here, and you can start to read from this direction. So for example, you have 0, 10 degrees here, 20 degrees here, 30 degrees here, or you can count starting from the other side here. Donc the 0 is here, 0 degrees, okay? You can have 10 degrees here, 20, 30, 40 degrees. So you can measure from either side, okay? And make sure that the center here is placed on the end of the line you're going to measure. So here is a demonstration of how to properly use a protractor.
So, how to use a protractor? So you have a protractor. It's in a semicircle shape. Okay. So you have readings on the circumference of the protractor. Okay. So you have from 0, 10, 20, 90 degrees up to 180 degrees. Okay, and you can also measure in the other direction from 0 here, as you can see, 0, and it goes 10, 20, 90 to 180. You can measure in both, from both directions. Okay, if I ask you to measure 35 degrees, for example, let's say 30 degrees, so you count from 0 here to 30, so you can put a remark here. From the center to here, for example, I have to draw a line of, let's say, 30 degrees. So first of all, I draw a line. Okay. Okay. This is starting from here. I must draw a line making 30 degrees. So this point here is the center of the protractor. So you put the center on the line here, okay, on the end of the line. Then from 0 to 30, so this line is 30 degrees, I put a remark here. Okay, this is the line, so I can draw from this point to this point. I draw a line, so this makes an angle of 30 degrees. Okay, I could have asked you to draw a line of, let us say, 45 degrees, but starting from this side. So as previously as I did, so the center is placed onto the end of the line. So 45 degrees, so starting from here, 10, 20, 30, 40, then 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Just I put a remark here. Then I can draw a line making 45 degrees. So this makes an angle of 45 degrees. Okay, so you can also, for example, for a right angle, to make a line at right angle, starting from this point, for example, donc I can put the center of the protractor onto the point I want to start my line. So 90 degrees is here. I put a remark here. Then I can draw a line of 90 degrees here. So this makes 90 degrees, and 90 degrees here also. So this is how to use a protractor. So I have a protractor inside a set square here, but you have also protractor in your compass box. So you can use it to draw, to construct angles. You can also be asked to measure and to verify angles. So how to know how much is this angle? So you place your protractor, you have the center here, the center of the protractor here. So put the center onto the starting point of the line, and make sure that the line here is perfectly aligned with the line you have to measure. So here, then you can count from 0, and this is, and if I look here, it makes a 50 degrees angle. It's aligned with 50 degrees, so this angle is of 50 degrees. And if I want to know how much this one is, I put my protractor here and I measure from here to here. It makes 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 64 degrees. I can also measure from here to here. If I put my protractor here, I can measure from 0, for example this line. This one makes, instead of 50, it makes 130 degrees. So from here to here, there is 130 degrees. So this is how to use a protractor to measure an angle, to verify the accuracy of an angle.
So the other tool, other equipment we're going to use frequently in this chapter is the compass. So you have here a variety of type of compass, but they all have the same use and they are used the same way. So a pair of compass is commonly used to draw circles and arcs. You are going to learn how to you make bisect lines and angles and construct angles using a pair of compass. Okay, so let's have a demonstration of how to use properly a compass.
So how to properly use a compass. I have here 3 types of compasses which have the same function. Okay, you have probably a compass with a pencil inserted in it, so it's the same thing. So I'll be using this compass to make demonstration of the work. So how to use a compass? First of all, make sure that the tip of your pencil and the tip of the compass is perfectly aligned. Okay, if the pencil is moved upward, it will give a wrong reading. So make sure the tip of the pencil and the tip of the compass is perfectly aligned and the pencil is well sharpened. Okay, so then the compass is mainly used to draw arcs and circles. So we have a circle has a radius. So what is a radius? Is the distance between the tip of the compass and the tip of the pencil. It makes the radius. Okay, so the radius is determined by a length. So if I say draw a circle of radius 20 or 30, for example, so I measure from the compass on the ruler, I measure 30 millimeters. This makes a radius of 30. Okay, then I can put my compass on the paper. So I hold my compass here. Okay, I don't grab my pencil here. I leave it free. I hold my compass on the head here. Then I can draw a circle of 30 millimeters radius. It makes a diameter of 60. Radius 30, diameter 60. That is from this end to this end. It makes 60 millimeters with the center here. If I also to draw a circle of 45 millimeters radius 45. So starting from 0, don't forget starting from 0 to 45 here, 45 millimeters, it makes a radius of 45. Then I can draw a circle having a radius of 45 millimeters. That is a diameter of 90 millimeters. So radius, so from the center here to here, there is a radius of 45 millimeters. Okay, but from here, starting from one end, passing from the center to here, it makes a diameter of 90 millimeters. So this is how to use a compass to draw circles.
So here you are. So this is the end of the first part of this lesson. So we'll be meeting next week for another part to continue this chapter, geometrical construction. Till then, keep safe.